Am I the butthole for letting a coworker embarrass herself at a company outing? This happened back in Easter, but I am still getting some mixed reactions on it. I thought Reddit would be a good place to share it. I work with a guy we'll call Charles. Charles is a great coworker and started with us about 2 months before Easter. I got to know him, found out our kids go to the same school and our wives get along. Now I'll admit that Charles sounds a bit feminine, a bit of a soft voice, and he has some feminine mannerisms. He told me that he has 4 older sisters, so understandable. Now Betty was convinced from the day Charles was hired that he's gay. Anytime he's around, she makes small comments about him. Or says things like, "I can just sense things like this." Or, "No straight man walks around like that." Whatever that means, despite me telling her he has a wife and kids, she refused to believe me. Now for Easter, our company decided to host a party/Easter egg hunt since COVID restrictions in our area were being lifted. It was a nice time to get out the house, enjoy some burgers, and the kids could have fun. Charles came with his wife and 2 kids. I have met his wife many times. Betty had not. We're chatting when Betty comes over. I don't remember exactly how the conversation went, but it was something like this. We exchanged the usual hi, hello, and "It's such a nice day out." Betty: "So where are your kids?" "I haven't met them yet." Charles: "Oh, they are in the bounce house. They're having a great time." Betty: "And what about your partner? Is he here?" Charles: "What are you talking about?" Betty: "There is no need to be ashamed of who you are, Charles. We are very accepting." Charles looked like he finally got what she was getting at. "I'm not gay, Betty." Betty: "Sure you are, hun. Look, don't hide it. I won't judge you for it. In fact, my brother is gay, and he's here if you would like for me to introduce you." Just then Charles' wife came over. Betty's face turned white when he introduced her as his wife. Apparently she had seen them come into the party together but thought his wife was the nanny. She went off to sulk. Later on she pulled me aside and told me I didn't have to let her embarrass herself like that. I could have said something and now she won't be able to show her face to Charles again. I said it wasn't my problem. Charles doesn't think I am in butthole, nor did my wife. She got a good laugh out it. Betty told other co-workers and some were on my side while a few were on hers. They think I could have made a joke or just stopped the conversation so Betty didn't have egg on her face. Am I the butthole? Not the butthole. I don't really know what you could have done, but more to the point, anyone who responds to "I'm not gay" with "sure you are" doesn't need any help embarrassing herself. Haha. Exactly. And original poster had told her that he does have a wife and kids before, so I'm not sure what anyone expected from them further. Not to mention she said that the original poster could have told her about the wife when they already did. Even if original poster did, based on how Betty acted, she would have brushed it off. She brushed it off. Original poster told her he has a wife and kids. They do need a talking to HR though. Repeated unwanted comments on one's personal issues are effing annoying at best, harassment at worst. Not the butthole original poster. Also, take notice of who sided with Betty. Now you can pinpoint the office's A ratio. Ah. I see. You can determine how large the butt is by how many position themselves close to the butthole. How cheeky. Yeah, how is it original poster's fault? Betty thought she knew better than even Charles. Betty wanted to prove how open-minded and accepting she was. She wanted to make Charles an ornament. Newsflash, Betty, we're not accessories. Not the butthole. Edit, dude, thanks for all the awards and upvotes. That reminds me of people who want a gay best friend. Gay people aren't puppets, and to want a gay best friend is effing creepy. People who fetishize other people can get effed. But only metaphorically. You're absolutely right. It's a fetishization of gay people, and it's disgusting. There's absolutely no reason to want a gay best friend unless you're fetishizing their sexual orientation. Thank you for pointing that out. Or if you're gay and want a best friend that understands how it is. I suppose, but in that case you have a community of people who know how it is. You don't really need a best friend who does, but if you want one it's not too hard to find. I'm talking about people who just want a gay best friend like they'd want to own the latest trends to make themselves look better. The difference is that your example is because they'd want someone who understands the struggles that come with being queer, not because of their identity itself. I'm talking about people who purely look for someone with a specific label with selfish intentions. I get Terry's nuance behind the statement, just I've gotten pushback in the past for wanting specifically gay friends from straight people around me. Why does it matter if they're gay? Jesus, I just want a single friend. Don't care who or what they love, as long as it's not illegal. People are weird over here trying to be picky. Not long after my 14-year-old cousin came out, he said a girl in his year claimed that she was best friends with him. Apparently, he had never even spoken to her. His feelings on the matter were somewhere between amusement and bemusement. The best part is that she was proving her open-mindedness by using stereotypes and making assumptions, as well as refusing to accept the truth when it was told to her numerous times. Yeah, real open-minded there, Betty, smiley face. I know, right? She's being pretty openly sexist, i.e. asserting that he has to fulfill her ideas of masculinity to be accepted as not gay, and it came back to bite her in the butt. She's just another flavor of bigot. And she wanted to introduce him to the other gay guy at the party. It hurts just to think of how that introduction would have panned. Charles, this is X, he is also gay, I'll let you two to talk about gay stuff. Right. And trying to forcefully out someone to prove your open-mindedness is never okay. I feel like if you have to say, oh, I'm so accepting of gays, you're really not. But sometimes y'all just so sparkly laughing out loud. It's true. We do make every room brighter. Side note, I want a sparkly mask wicked bad. Bravo. Yeah, it really makes me wonder how the co-worker's version of this story goes, because I cannot think of any way to tell this that would make people side with her. Some people think you should actively shield people from making fools of themselves, but it sounds like he tried to correct her many times in private. This is not something he could have prevented. She was determined to believe and say this. Forcibly outing someone is an even bigger butthole move than assuming someone is gay. She would still be in butthole had original poster said nothing. Also, he had told her. Multiple times. But she refused to believe he actually had a wife, since having a gay brother makes her the expert on all things gay evidently. I can't think of how original poster was supposed to intercede, but when you tell someone you think they're gay, you can't go back from that or make a joke that isn't offensive. I'd also like to know why she assumed the wife was the nanny. Is the wife a different race than Charles? If so, the coworker has a lot to be embarrassed about. I was wondering this as well. Seriously, why the hell would she assume that the woman who came to his work function with him and his kids is the nanny? So bizarre. At a company outing, no less. I'm fairly sure this counts as sexual harassment, at least in some parts of the US. Hope original poster reports her for this. It's gone on long enough. Maybe she misunderstood the term company outing. Some people are just literal that way. I would hope that she was so embarrassed that she might actually learn something from it. I don't know how the co-workers expected original poster to save her from embarrassment when she was so determined to make it happen. Right? At that point you might as well hand her a shovel, since she's so keen on digging her own grave. I was just wondering if this was an earthworks company, because Betty just kept digging. How could original poster saying something have even helped if Charles himself was telling her he wasn't gay, and she refused to believe him? How would that be more legitimate than Charles himself? Especially since original poster had already told her he wasn't multiple times? Not the butthole. Never interrupt a fool while they're doing their thing. Smiley face, smiley face, smiley face. This made me giggle out loud. To me, there is a difference of meaning between fool and idiot. A fool's actions make you laugh at them, while an idiot's actions make you angry. There could be permanent damage, like a drunk driver. A fool will be a fool, no matter how hard you try to help them. Who's the more foolish, the fool, or the fool who follows him? Fix the quote laughing out loud. Not the butthole. Your coworker is a complete butthole for assuming someone's sexuality, then doubling down after you blatantly told her Charles had a wife and family. What if he was gay, And she outed him during a company get-together? She needs to mind her own business, and she deserves to feel ashamed for this. She's just trying to blame you because she can't accept that she's in the wrong here. Plus, you already told her he was straight, which was none of her business anyways. Agreed. You had already told her, and even if he was gay, who the hell cares? She is completely in the wrong. And Betty's poor brother. I can't even imagine. And she's just randomly trying to hook him up with people. Is anyone gay? This is my gay brother and I want to introduce the two of you. Poor guy has to sneak out of the house just to talk to friends. Not the butthole. You already told Betty that Charles had a wife and kids. If she chose not to believe you, even going so far as to think his wife was actually his kid's nanny, then that's her fault. You aren't responsible for anyone else's stupidity. And if Charles actually were gay, Betty didn't need to come in like a presumptuous charging rhino, because he could have not wanted to come out just yet / not been comfortable discussing personal things with her. I came here to make your last point. Even if he were gay, that is none of Betty's damn business. Not the butthole. You tried to stop Betty from embarrassing herself. You told her he was married to a woman, and she refused to believe you. This is 100% self-inflicted. Not the butthole. As a gay man, I find Betty super annoying. Don't make assumptions about my sexual orientation, and unless you are a close friend, don't try to introduce me to anyone. I'm a human being, not your pet project. Not the butthole. You did say something. And she didn't believe you. She got her assumptions thrown right in her face, and she deserves it. 100. Gave me a good chuckle. Not the butthole. You told Betty that Charles has a wife, it sounds like, and he clearly stated he's not gay. She refused to listen and just created her own weird reality. That's all on her. Not the butthole. Betty is the one who insisted she knew Charles's sexuality better than he did. She has only herself to blame. Ironically, I'm pretty sure this has happened to virtually every gay person on Earth, just in reverse. Not the butthole. Best work Easter party ever. Not the butthole. Laughing my butt off. Who even does that to someone? Even if you hadn't talked to her before about Charles, you just don't do that to someone. At my job, you'd probably get fired or at the very least a stern talking to, depending on how Charles took it. Betty is an adult and needs to learn how to act like one, even if that means learning the hard way. Some people are just that convinced they know things. It really reminds me of when a friend's mom came up to me at her daughter's wedding reception, put her hand on my shoulder and loudly asked, "Oh honey, are you pregnant?" Nope. I had lost 15 pounds since getting the dress and it ended up being loose around the middle. I've never seen someone retreat faster in my life. I mean, there is a guy I know that really does come off as gay. He's also single, but is just out of college, so nothing special about that. However, I've been told by someone that he trusts that he isn't gay. He's told them several times before. The thing is though, I'd never just walk up to this dude and start talking about his sexuality. Bruh, that none of my business. And that's also a hella weird subject to just bring up to someone. Only talk about that if they bring it up first. Jeez. Seems to me that Betty just lacks some basic social skills more than anything else. The thing is, why does Betty care? Why does anyone care? It's nobody's business, unless you're trying to date someone, which obviously wasn't the case here and shouldn't be happening at company picnics. Laughing my butt off. Not the butthole. I can't imagine much more you could have done given that you clearly told her he had a wife and kids. That is bizarre and while the opposite of her intention, kind of homophobic to assert so strongly that gay men all have certain traits and that she, a straight woman with a gay brother, knows best. Plot twist, her brother is actually straight. Hangs around in men-only spaces just to get away from his sister. Not the butthole. Betty, on the other hand, a complete and total empty-headed nutmeg. Not the butthole. You did try to stop her, several times, before the incident ever occurred. And even if you hadn't, I'm not sure what you were supposed to do at the moment, seeing as she was so determined to make a prat out of herself. Put your hand over her mouth? Physically remove her from Charles' space? Either of those things would have gotten you in real trouble, and it wouldn't have changed a thing. That train wreck was always going to happen at some point because Betty can't mind her own damn business. She did this to herself. Laughing out loud, I would have loved to carry her away from Charles. Imagine a woman kicking and screaming he's gay. Not the butthole, but completely funny. Wish I could have seen her face when he introduced his wife. Betty should learn not to gossip and mind her own business. Not the butthole. Betty sounds like one of those people who claim to have gaydar. I bet she sees gay men as a stereotype and put her view in Charles due to how he acts. Just cause a man has a soft voice and keeps himself neat doesn't mean he's gay. I feel bad for her poor brother. Not the butthole, and Miss Betty is creating and cultivating a hostile work environment by openly speculating about a coworker's sexual orientation. That kind of crap does not belong in any work environment nor at an off-site function. Not the butthole. Tell Betty that her gaydar is non-existent and that just because a man has feminine traits it doesn't automatically make him gay. What's worse for her was that she tried to play matchmaker for her brother. She seems like the kind of person who so desperately wants a gay friend. Not the butthole. You had told her previously. Sure, you could have spoken up once more, but it's really her fault for not listening and trying to play matchmaker. Especially after being told by Charles that he is not gay. Sheesh. Thank you for watching. Please subscribe to be the first to know about Red Rabbit Reader's new videos. If you like our videos, please like them on YouTube and share them with your friends. We welcome your comments below. Press to start another of our videos.